Are you starting to use an n8n, Make, or another automation platform and need to connect your credentials? The solution is in Google Cloud. In this video, I will show you how to create your account on Google Cloud and obtain the necessary credentials to integrate services like Google Calendar, Google Drive, and Google Sheets. We will use Google Calendar as an example, but you will be able to create all the necessary credentials. Okay, let's get started. The first step would undoubtedly be to come here to open Docs. What you should do is come right here and create a Google Cloud account. The first step would be to go to the console. So after clicking on the console, you will basically open it here and you just need to go to New Project. In a new project, you can write a name that is simpler for your understanding. You can see here in the corner, and when your project is created, just come here and select it. When you select it, you can notice that the name of the current project you are working on has been modified, and to ensure this, it's quite simple. Just check this field. If it shows the name of the project you just created, it has probably already been selected for the other edits. Okay, having done that, what we will do is come here to APIs and services. The first step is to go to credentials. Here in credentials, I won't go into too many details or provide a lot of information about everything that can be configured here. Basically, I will focus on how to create the credentials right away. Remember that the way we will do this is basically the same way you will add any future Google credential. Okay, let's focus only on what is important and only on the screen here that will generate the result we want, which is the credential in the calendar for now. So we will look here at the credentials. We will see in this middle field. Here it is quite simple. We can start our first configuration by clicking here on External. And in the app name, mention that you once increased your project. For example, here would be. And here it would go like this about email. I always recommend that you use the same email associated with this account that you created. In this case, this email here. After that, you can just scroll down. Down here, there will be a field called Developer Contact Information, where you can repeat the same email as above. Okay, after putting the name you want for this app and entering the same email twice, both in the CW section and in the developer section, you can just continue. You will move on to the second step here. You don't need to do anything, just go up and continue again. And here in the third step, you can just save and continue. Perfect. In the fourth step, it will present you with a brief summary for you to confirm if the app is really working and if the support email, as well as all the data you entered, are correct. You can just scroll down, and at the bottom, it will say back to dashboard. Finally, you can come here and click on Publish App. After the app is published, it's quite simple. You just need to click here on Credentials. And in the middle field, this time, as you can see, the way will proceed a little differently. So in this field, you specify that it is a web credential. After that, you can just delete it below and click on Create. When you click Create, your client ID and client secret will automatically appear. It is very important that you save this information in a notepad or any place you can use in the future. Now, briefly, to connect the credential you want. After very carefully gathering the information, we will go back to n8n. Inside n8n, we will simply copy this first URL. Now that you have just copied it, click within this web client. Using this field for authorized URLs, you will easily add the n8n URL here. Once you definitely add the URL, it will return to the console screen. Go back to the web client, and when you scroll down a bit, you can indeed confirm and check that the URL after this, once you have actually added it, you can go a little above the site near the top and manually copy your client ID and client secret within n8n before placing this same URL in the Google Cloud Credentials field. The client ID that is being requested and the client secret secret are the same as those in the credential field after you fill in all the fields for client ID, client secret, and also enter the same URL. Well, instead, this tutorial is actually short. It gets straight to the point and to Pinterest, which is good because you should make this kind of connection. And now about the other credentials. About Google, it's quite simple. Basically, every Google credential is now what you can do. Just use the same client secrets, client ID, and print for all the credentials you want within n8n. Because your client secret and client ID will be the same for any Google credential associated with that endpoint. Did you like the video about n8n? Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell to receive new tutorials, and see you next time.